Hey everyone, welcome to another Will I Buy It. In this video I'm gonna be chatting about all the new makeup releases and I'm gonna tell you if I want to pick them up or maybe I'm not interested at all and I'm gonna pass on them. And of course I love to hear from you what you think about these new releases. Are you planning to buy any of these? Do you agree with me or maybe not? Always love to hear from you. I have a feeling we don't have that much to talk about this week. I feel like less has been released and not that many interesting things, so this might just turn into a bit of an anti-haul. But let's get into these new releases and we'll find out. So if you haven't been on my channel before, my name is Marley and I love making YouTube videos about makeup and beauty. I love trying out new makeup. I love looking at all the new releases. I love reviewing new things. But I also try to not spend too much money on makeup and keep my collection a little bit curated. So if that sounds like something you'd like, if that sounds interesting to you, then please consider subscribing. And I always link all the Instagram pages that I use, where I get my news from. I always link them down below. So if you want to know where I get this news, you can always check out my description box. So let's go back to the last thing we talked about. Alright, so the first thing I see here is, let me scooch a little bit. So the first thing I see here is a new collaboration. It's round 2 of Hipdot and My Chemical Romance. And we have quite a bright kind of rainbow-ish eyeshadow palette, and we also have some lip products. We have a primer, we have a liner. Nothing of this interests me and nothing of this really inspires me. I don't really like eyeshadow palettes that are really like rainbow-esque, that are really made up of primary colors. That's not something I go for. I like my colors to be a little bit diluted, a little bit mixed, and this is not that. And as you might know, I'm not really interested in Hipdot. I don't really get this brand, and My Chemical Romance is not really a collaboration that I get excited for. So this is not something I'm gonna buy. Then we have a new Flower Beauty Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. It's available now. It instantly blurs away imperfections and it sets your makeup. It's infused with oil-absorbing rice starch, chamomile, flower extract and coconut fruit water. And it's supposed to give you a soft matte look. It's $14. I'm not really in need of a mattifying spray like this. I always thought that I had pretty dry skin. I always was under the impression that I did. But once I got to know my skin a little bit better, I actually realized that I have normal skin, but I'm sensitive. So if nothing irritates my skin, if I use the right products that don't dry out my skin, then there are no problems at all. I don't feel any dryness, I don't have anything to worry about, and I also don't get oily. So I have my routine down. I basically have found the products that don't irritate my skin in any way, don't make it feel any drier. So I'm fine. I don't need a spray like this. I also don't know if this is gonna work that well. I'm pretty curious about it actually. Is this gonna work or is it a bit more of a gimmick? I don't know. It looks interesting, but it's like it could be good, it could work, or it could be like terrible. Morphe is coming out with cream blushers. They are supposed to give a fresh-faced, delicately flushed look. It's a lightweight formula. They have 5 shades. I don't know how much this is gonna be, but it says here it's coming soon to their website. As you might know, I'm pretty interested in creams right now, but I also don't want to buy everything. And I'm also a bit careful to not get too excited about everything and not want to buy everything right away. Even though I know I like creams, I'm not entirely sure yet how much I actually reach for them. So I'm trying to be a bit careful with my purchases. I think this is a nice release. It's a good release for this time of year. But we've also seen a lot of creams. We've seen a lot of this. So it's on trend. but at the same time we've seen this already. So I don't know if this is like special enough for me to pay attention to. Also, it's Morphe. I'm not really into Morphe. I'm not really someone that supports this brand. I don't know, I'm slightly interested because I'm just generally interested in creams, but I don't think this is something I'm gonna end up buying because there are just other things out there that are a little bit more exciting and by brands that I'm more excited about. Then we have 2 new eyeshadow palettes by Lime Crime, and this is part of the Wet Cherry line. And they have 1 Wet Cherry eyeshadow palette with matte and 1 Wet Cherry eyeshadow palette with metallic eyeshadows. I don't hate this. There's something about this that I don't mind, but I also know that I don't need this, and this is probably not gonna be any better than the things I'm actually really excited about. I feel like it's just a little bit too little too late maybe. If I saw a really great review, then maybe I would be more interested, but I don't really think that I'm gonna buy this. It's like fine. I think it's fine. I don't think it's like super exciting, but I also don't hate it. When I first saw it, I was like, it's kind of nice, I guess. I'm a bit on the fence about this, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it. And I'm still waiting for that skin shimmer stick that they released like over a month ago, for that to get to somewhere, a web shop in Europe, so I can maybe try that. But I don't feel like anybody is talking about that. Nobody, as far as I know, has released a video with that shimmer stick. I feel like I was the only one that was interested to see what that was about, and it's taking so long now that I'm almost like, maybe I should forget about it. But I think if I'm gonna be buying anything by Lime Crime, it's probably gonna be like that creamy skin shimmer stick that they actually released a little while ago. I don't think it's gonna be this. There's just something cute about it, but I cannot explain to you what my feelings exactly are. Sometimes I just don't know. Then we have this new collection by Eunique Beauty, and this is spelled EU. Is that what it? I always get confused. I believe it's you say it like EU. And this is the fashion magazine collection, the Africa collection, and I actually thought that this looked pretty nice. I actually quite like the look of those eyeshadow palettes, especially the blue and yellow one. The shimmers in that look really good. And then also the one that's a bit more neutral with a kind of burgundy matte and a bluish shimmer. I also thought that looked really good. Then we also have some blushes and highlighters. I actually quite liked this, and I think this collection looks pretty interesting. I think if I would buy a palette by this, I think if I would buy any of these palettes, then I would definitely go for the blue and yellow one. I wouldn't go for the warm neutral one, and I wouldn't go for the burgundy blue one, because I feel like that's a color story that I already have, or that's not that original. It's not that special. I quite like the look of those blushes and the highlighters, but I don't really know about this brand. I'm not really like aware. Where can you buy this? What's the quality like? Do people like it? So maybe I should check this out. Like, see if people like this. Maybe I should see if I can find a video about it. Is this something people enjoy? There's definitely something about this release that's pretty interesting. It looks pretty interesting, but I don't know. I need more information. Then the new Colourpop collaboration is with Powerpuff Girls, and we have quite a bright, colorful eyeshadow palette. We have some bright blushes as well. And I gotta be honest with you, I have never watched Powerpuff Girls. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what they do. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm not really aware of most of the collaborations. Sometimes I feel like I'm too old, and sometimes I feel like I'm too young, or I just did something else. I feel like I had a childhood with pretty specific obsessions that other people weren't that obsessed about, and I don't think that we're gonna see collaborations on that. Putting that aside, I think that this eyeshadow palette looks pretty cute. It's pretty bright and colorful, and when I first saw this palette I was like, that looks nice. But I don't feel like I need it. I'm not really into the collaboration because of what I just told you, but I thought it looked pretty cute. I don't mind it. It doesn't have a lot of depth, but I do like the bright colors that they chose, and I think it looks quite nice and neon. More neon than their actual neon collection. If this had been their neon collection, I think people would have been more happy. Maybe this is also the reason why their neon collection wasn't that neon, because they knew this was gonna come out. I don't know. But I think it's pretty cute, but I'm not gonna be buying it. I haven't actually watched any videos. I don't know if people will actually like this, but I actually haven't been watching a lot of videos. I haven't really been in the loop with new releases because I was on vacation, so I'm not really aware of some of the releases, what people think about them, but I'll probably watch a video when the time comes, when I have time for that. Melt is coming out with new liquid highlighters, and these are called the Sexfoils, and that sounds pretty strange when you hear it at first. When you first hear the name, you're like, what is this? But apparently it has to do something with architecture, and they explained it, I believe, on their Instagram stories, but I didn't really get the connection to this product. I get that this has some meaning, but what does it have to do with liquid highlighters? Didn't really get that. So I don't know if these are already available. They do look quite nice. But I don't know if I need any of these. I don't know if I need a liquid highlighter like this. I don't really feel like spending a lot of money on liquid highlighter. I'm not sure how much these are. I do think that some of the colors look pretty cute, but I also saw one video where someone used this and I felt like the color wasn't that apparent on her face when she applied it. So it was more kind of like sheer and glowy, but if it doesn't have like a really peach or pink color to it, then I'd rather buy something else that's cheaper. I could be someone that spends some money, like more money on a liquid highlighter, but then it has to be really special in color, undertone, finish, like a little bit of everything. And I don't know if this is gonna be it. This is a product where I'm like, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I can already make that decision. This is also a product that if a lot of people would rave about it, maybe I would think about it. I don't know. For now it's a no, but I'm not saying that it could never ever happen. I need more information. It's not like I have a lot of liquid highlighters, but I just kind of feel like I could find something cheaper or find something that's more what I'm looking for. I just don't know yet. Tell me if you've tried anything. Tell me if you know anything about what people think about this release. Do people like it? I'm on the fence. Then we have a new Major Brow Lamination Gel by Patrick Ta Beauty. I'm not looking for a brow gel. I'm happy with the one that I have. I think the one that I use works really well. I'm not really looking for something new. This is also gonna be $26. That's pretty pricey for me. I don't really like to spend a lot of money on my brows. I like to keep that a little bit drugstore because it's not something that I get really excited about. So that's gonna be a skip for me. Then we have a new Disney collaboration with iHeart Revolution. This time it's Aladdin. I don't see the difference anymore. I really don't have a clue what's the difference between this one and the other ones. I don't even remember what movies the other ones were with. This is just something that completely just goes in one ear, then goes out one ear. Can you say it like that? I just completely forget it right away. I'm just like, who cares? And then I don't even remember its existence. I think that they should stop with this. I don't think we needed more than one collection in this format. I mean, why are they putting so many blush and highlighter shades, face shades with those eyeshadows? I don't need that in my life. I don't want that. So this is a definite skip. Then we have a new liquid eyeliner, Macroblade? It says here Macroblade, but I guess it's Microblade. By Natasha Denona for $26. It's vegan, cruelty free. It's already available at Sephora. So if you've seen my unpopular makeup opinions video, then you know I don't like black eyeliner. I don't need that in my life. I don't want it in my life. I don't like it on me, and I don't need this at all. I'm wondering, do people get excited about new eyeliner releases? Is this something people are still waiting for? Are people still looking for a better liquid eyeliner, or are there already enough good liquid eyeliners on the market? Does this add something? I would like to know. Then one thing I wanted to mention that's not like completely relevant for everybody, but I just wanted to mention it. So Kylie Cosmetics had their rebrand. They have new things, but they look like the old things. And now it's actually available in the Netherlands. Before only the skincare was available, but now also the makeup is available. So I could potentially buy something, which is interesting because I never really had that before. Are people interested in this? Are there people out there who still want to know about Kylie Cosmetics and that want to hear anything about this rebrand? Because even though I've always been like, I don't need anything by this brand, I'm not interested in her personally, I'm not really interested in the brand in general, I've always kind of said that. Now that it's actually readily available, I'm kind of intrigued to maybe try it, to just know what it's about, to know what I'm missing out on. I don't know, there's just this little voice inside of my head that's like, maybe you should try it. Should I try it? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna end up trying it in the end, but probably it's more about the fact that it's so accessible to me right now. I'm slightly intrigued. Then Sigma and Beauty Bird are coming out with a round 2 of their collaboration, and they already had an eyeshadow palette, but now there's also brushes. When the eyeshadow palette first came out, I already wasn't that interested. I thought the packaging looked quite cheap and I didn't really love the color story, and I still feel that way, and I also don't feel like a pull towards these brushes. This is just not something for me, I think. It's just not exciting enough. I can imagine it's all nice quality, but I don't know the collaborator. I'm not sure who this is. And I just don't think that this is gonna be worth it for me. I don't think I'm interested enough at all. So yeah, I'm gonna skip on it, I think. I don't think I'm gonna be buying anything from this. So Charlotte Tilbury actually brought back the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow, and this is like a glowy cream blush that you can also use on the lips. So like last week, Charlotte Tilbury's Beauty Light ones were available again, and I've been thinking about buying those for a little bit. I've been going back and forth, but of course they weren't really available. And I was kind of thinking about buying the pink Gasm one, and I was kind of thinking about maybe throwing this one in. But in the end I was like, that's gonna be too expensive, and I've bought a lot of makeup and I don't really feel like I should add that to the pile because I already feel really overwhelmed with reviewing everything. I'm kind of behind with reviewing all the things that I've tried in the last month. So I kind of want to catch up before buying things that I don't really need. So I was kind of going back and forth. Should I buy some like Charlotte Tilbury cream and liquid cheek products to see what it's all about? But in the end I thought, let's just skip on that for now. Let's just wait a little bit, and then maybe later, if it's like a better time in my life to buy that, I will. And then I just have to accept that maybe I have to wait a little bit longer to actually get it. So I kind of thought about this one, but I think in the end that I don't really need to spend this money on a cream blush. I also feel like I kind of wanted to like this, kind of wanted to want this, to not then pay the shipping. That's never a really good reason to buy things, to just get free shipping, and especially if you end up spending like $40 more. So yeah, I ended up not going for this one, and looking back at it, I'm like, that was a moment of weakness that you almost bought that. It's good that I didn't do that. Then we have a new Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Light Catcher. Is that a new shade or is this a new product? I don't know. Is this new? What's new about? I guess there are multiple shades of this translucent powder, which I never really get. Then Is it translucent or not? But I guess maybe it's better for like dark skin. This is not something I'm interested in. I don't think I've ever owned a loose powder and I don't feel like I need it. I feel like this is great for people with oily skin, for people that use quite a lot of powder, that want to bake or anything, but that's not me. Then we have a sneak peek of the MAC Holiday 2021 collection. We have some kind of duochrome looking shimmery eyeshadows. I don't think I'm gonna pick any of this up because I feel like I probably have indie eyeshadows that I like better. And that are better. And that are more textured and shimmery and are not as expensive. MAC just isn't the place where I would go for a really nice duochrome textured eyeshadow, so I'm not gonna buy this. But I guess for the average consumer, this is one of the few times that they actually like encounter these types of eyeshadows, so it's nice that MAC is doing something like that, but I don't feel like this would be the right place for me to get something like that. Then Spectrum is coming out with the Hello Kitty collaboration collection. There are some sponges, some brushes. I don't know this brand. I don't know what this brand is about. I've never heard of it. And I'm not really a fan of Hello Kitty. I never had anything Hello Kitty. It was not really my thing. This does look pretty cute though, but it's definitely not something that I need. Then Wayne Goss is coming out with a new eyeshadow palette. This is gonna be the Luxury Eye Palette in Pearl. So from the eyeshadow palettes that he has released, this is actually the one that I like the most. When he announced that he was gonna put a black in every palette, I was like, please don't do that. Even though I didn't really think that I was gonna buy any of his palettes, I didn't really feel like I was gonna be the person to buy his things. I still felt like maybe don't do that. Not everybody likes a black. Sometimes people want a softer, more natural look. And so I'm kind of glad to see this. Glad to see that this is a softer palette without a black. I quite like how this looks. It's quite a nice color story, but I don't know if I need this. I don't know how much is this gonna be. It doesn't say how much it's gonna be. That's also pretty important information to really make a decision. I think I like this, but I don't really need this and I'm not gonna buy it, but I can appreciate that he's making something a little bit more soft and wearable. I quite like this release. Jaclyn Hill is releasing a new limited edition lip gloss in 3 different shades. I'm not interested in this, not really interested in the brand, not really interested in buying lip gloss right now. I feel like lip gloss is not something that I wear enough of to really need many shades. I feel like I have a few shades that I like, that I wear, and I don't really need a lot more. Maybe if I see something really interesting, really special by a brand that I really like, that I would buy a lip gloss, but that's definitely not this release. I was thinking about maybe buying a little bit of a bronzy champagne shimmery lip gloss for summer, but I haven't really like done the research to see if there's something like that out there that I would like. But I'm not gonna be picking up anything from this release. Then we have some new Colourpop quads. This is the Ice Cream Bites collection. This looks pretty cute. There are some pretty cute color combinations, but there's not one color combination here that really speaks to me enough, and I generally don't really like the look of the Colourpop quads in this plastic packaging. It's not really something I enjoy. I think it looks a bit too cheap and I don't really feel like adding really cheap looking makeup to my collection because I know I'm not gonna end up reaching for it and I know I'm gonna end up decluttering it. It's just the way that I am. So even though I think it's cute and it's not as monochromatic as other things that they've released, I don't need anything from this collection. Then by M Cosmetics we have the new So Soft collection. We have 6 soft neutral to vibrant blushes and 4 bronzing and contour shades. And Cosmetics is a brand that I'm slightly interested in and I would maybe like to try someday. But it's quite expensive and it's quite expensive to get here. And it's quite expensive if you also have to pay like extra taxes. So releases like these are things that I keep in mind for if maybe one day I decide I really want to make an order, like I feel like there's enough that I would want and I just go for it. Maybe someday I will do it, but until now I've always felt like there are other things that I want more and I'm more interested in and are more affordable. So I quite like the look of this release, but it's not something I'm gonna buy right now. I would maybe like to see a review. I would be interested to see what people think. It's interesting to me. I quite like the look of this release, but I just can't buy this right now. I'm not gonna buy this right now, so I'm gonna skip on this. Glossier is coming out with new Solar Paint Luminous Bronzers. They have a touch of luminosity, light reflecting pearls, a balance of warmth and dimension. They are gonna be $20 each, and we have 4 shades. I actually really like the idea of this. I've been thinking about getting a liquid bronzer that's glowy. I just had this image of this product in my mind, but I didn't really know if it existed, where I could find it. But I think this could be something interesting. I think this could be something for me, because I'm just really into the creamy, glowy, bronzy look right now. And if this is a good product, then I think that you could achieve that with this. But I've never tried Glossier. I've never ordered from them. I don't know if they ship to the Netherlands and how much the shipping will be. But I'm intrigued by this. I'm definitely intrigued. Maybe I should kind of keep an eye open. I just really want cream product, liquid products that are actually glowy and have a slight shimmer in them. That's what I would really want, because I feel like the effect that that gives is something that you cannot get with a powder product. And I have tried cream bronzers, but I haven't tried liquid bronzers. So I thought maybe that would be something for me, because I do have liquid blushes and liquid highlighters, and I do like those. So I'm pretty excited about this, but I don't really know about this brand. I don't know if I can get it. So I definitely should research this a little bit, but I'm pretty interested. Then we have some additions to the e.l.f. Cosmetics Bite Size collection. We have a Bite Size balms. These are mini moisturizing lip balms, and we have 4 flavors. And then we have the Bite Size Brow, and that's a mini brow quad featuring ultra pigmented waxes and powders. The balms are gonna be $4 and the brow products are gonna be $3, and they're gonna be available the 23rd of July. I don't need any of this. I don't really like the Bite Size line by e.l.f. I feel like it looks too cheap and it's just not worth it to me, because even though it's only $3, I know I'm just gonna end up throwing it out because it just looks so cheap. It doesn't feel to me like it has any value. Do you get what I mean? It's just so cheap that I feel like I'm giving money for something that doesn't really give me value. I just can't get excited about makeup that looks too cheap, where the packaging is just too cheap. And this just crosses a line for me, and I'm just not into this collection, and I'm not gonna be buying it. Like, I'm really happy for people that really love these, that are really into them. If you really like products that are this cheap, good for you. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Get something that you like, but it's not my thing. Then we have a new Epic Kiss Nourishing Vegan Butter Lipstick by KVD Beauty. It's a lipstick with high pigment color, hydrating lip care, shiny finish, and a sleek studded case. It's gonna be $20 each, or you have a mini for $12. This looks kind of interesting, but I think it's gonna be too much of a satiny lipstick for me to really want this. It looks nice, but I don't think I need any of these lipsticks. I think I said last week, if I'm gonna buy any lipstick, it's probably gonna be something sheer and shiny, and I don't think this is really like the formula that I'm looking for right now. I think this looks like a nice release, but I'm not gonna buy any of these. It's gonna be available July 31st, but I don't think I'm gonna be picking any of these up. Urban Decay Cosmetics is reformulating, relaunching their Vice lipsticks. I have never tried any of the Vice lipsticks. They are gonna be vegan, I think. Is that what they changed? And they're gonna be $19 each, and they have different formulas. I don't really care about this. I wasn't really aware of these lipsticks and the formula and things like that anyway. I'm just not really into these more expensive lipsticks right now. If I want a lipstick, I will go to like Catrice or Essence. There are some really beautiful lipsticks from those brands that I'm really enjoying right now, and I'm enjoying them so much that I don't feel like I need anything else. I mean, what I'm wearing right now is such a nice shiny sheer lipstick, and this is by Catrice. It's only €4, so like $5. It's so good, and I just don't feel like I need to be spending $20 or more on a lipstick. It's just not necessary. So these kinds of launches don't really get me excited. It really has to be something else, something more special than just a traditional lipstick. So I'm gonna be skipping on that. Then one thing I also wanted to talk about is that Violet Voss is releasing one of their fun-sized mini eyeshadow palettes. They have done a few of these in the past, and this one is the one called Wild Dahlia, and this one is gonna be $18. This, I think, is maybe the least exciting one of the ones that I've seen so far. This one is really not one that gets me excited. I don't really get what's going on here actually, because one of the looks, like one of the example looks, looks so blue. Where is this blue coming from? How is this look so blue? I don't really see blues in this eyeshadow. Are there like surprise blues in here that I don't know about? But even then, I don't think this color story is interesting enough. But I wouldn't mind trying Violet Voss sometime if they come out with a really interesting color story, because I have heard good things about their formula. So I'm kind of slightly interested, but they really have to do something interesting, excited for me to like take that step and go for it. And this is not gonna be it. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is this new Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette Smoky Eyes. And this is for fall 2021. I've never tried any Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow, and this palette doesn't look like the one by her that would be most my thing. I think this is the color story that's speaking to me the least from all the palettes that she's released in this format, so I'm not gonna go for this. I don't know if it would be worth it for me to try her formula, because I'm really into impactful textured eyeshadows, and of course this is a bit more of like that luxury formula, so I don't know if I should go for something like this sometime, but I did want to show this one to you. So that was everything for the new makeup releases. I don't feel like there's really anything here that really excites me. There weren't really like new indie releases that were catching my eye. I think maybe I would like to try one of those liquid bronzers. I think there are some things that I might want to try sometime in the future, but nothing that I really want to buy right now. But I'm pretty happy about that. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on makeup right now, so that's good. So yeah, that was everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to let me know what you thought about these new releases. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!